Hey everyone, Rascal here.
And Mama, welcome to our channel, Paws On Animation.
And today we're covering the anime Toilet Bound Hanako. Yes, that's the actual title.
Now with the third season of the anime on the way, we wanted to check out the first two seasons. Thanks to recommendations by Sylvian and Sonja on X. Big thank you.
Yes.
And there's a lot to unpack with it. So before we start,
be sure to like, subscribe, notifications, and future podcasts and all the pause videos.
Thank you for joining us today, subscribing to our channels, commenting everything you do, including recommending things you love. As always, we appreciate it very much.
Yes.
So we had no idea anything about this anime. I remember seeing the first manga in Target when I was looking for Demon Slayer and MHA volumes to purchase as part of a deal. It was buy two get one free, and I remember seeing volume 1 of Toilet Bound Hanako. Didn't think anything of it, looked at it, oh wow, I don't know what that's about, and that was the end of it.
Right.
And then Sylvian began talking to you and Sonja began talking to me online about you really should watch it. She said she had told me that it was milder than the manga.
Right.
And I was like, oh wow. And so what did Sylvian tell you?
That at the time that that was recommended to me, it only had the first season.
Yes.
And similar to what you were told, it was milder. The season 1 kept it pretty safe to watch in terms of what was on screen. It still had darkness to it, but they didn't show really anything pretty bad or gruesome. But they said if it continued, they would start to get darker as it went on.
Which
so
it has, season
2. And season 3 onwards might even be the darkest yet.
Right. So at some point, I don't know if we're ever going to read the manga. It's not something we've even ever attempted to get from the library or purchase. But for now, we can say Toilet Bound Hanako-Kun really is interesting, and we've enjoyed the first and second season.
Yes.
So, if you're not familiar with Toilet Bound Hanako-Kun, like we weren't, it's a manga series written by Iro and illustrated by Ada. Also in their conjoined name, Idairo.
Oh, okay.
It's a comedy and supernatural, and it's very heavy in comedy.
Yes,
it's very heavy in both.
Yes, it actually is, and it does a good job balancing both too.
So the anime, the manga itself has 23 volumes plus one special volume, and it's still running right now, so it hasn't ended.
Okay.
And the anime itself, we watched 2 seasons of 12 episodes each, and both seasons are subbed and dubbed.
Yes.
And it began running in January of 2020, so we were kind of late.
Very, yes.
with seeing the first season, and then we got to see the second season.
Right.
And there's another anime series that ran from October of 2023 to October 2024 called After School Hanako-Kun.
Okay.
And I have no idea where you can see that. It ran only 8 episodes. Maybe it's something exclusive to Japan. If you guys know, let us know in the comments.
Right.
So the most exciting thing about this is when we first heard Hanako speak. I already had looked up information on it because I didn't know anything about it, and when I saw who was voicing him, I was ecstatic. And I said, "Ooh, I'm gonna get Rascal. She's never gonna guess who it is." Uh-oh. So we watched the first episode, and I said, "Guess who it is?" She said, "Justin Briner." I was like, "Dang
it!" Because half the time I just heard Deku. Now he can sound different throughout it, but a lot of times I heard Deku. Again, when he sounded like an idiot sometimes when he was goofing around. And then the times he got serious, when Deku got serious. But I could still say he could still stand on his own character, not thinking Deku all the time. It's just funny hearing that. Like, Deku's gone crazy.
The second core has already come out, and we are currently watching it. So when we finish, then we will give you a podcast on that. If you're looking forward to it, let us know in the comments.
Yes. So, watching this, like I said, never... Well, actually, no, I think we read 1 volume of the manga that just happened to be available at the library. You just tried it, not knowing it was a show at that time.
That must have been a while.
It was, very long time ago. But you can say, even without the manga, for me, the show can still stand on its own. It's
Mhm.
still got a lot of mystery to it, especially you see each wonder that lives at the school. And the way that this functions is that there's basically spirits all over that school. All over.
And before you say that, I want to say this anime is quintessentially Japanese.
Yes.
You've got the rumors. You've got, as you said, the names, the seven wonders. You've got the characters. You've got the clothing. You've got all the pop culture references. This
Yes.
is truly a quintessential Japanese anime.
Yes.
If ever there was one. I just wanted to get that in.
Yes.
Because that's all you think when you're watching it.
Right, absolutely. And a lot's on Japanese folklore and legends within when you see the backstories of the wonders. And they tell you that a lot of the spirits and wonders powered by rumors and it always being passed around and still being told no matter who's at the school, even years and decades down the line. And if they stop believing in them or they stop talking about them, they'll start to fade away or disappear if they stop even fearing them. So the goal is to constantly have the rumor out about a ghost or a spirit or whatever so they can stay active at the school. And to me, and both Mom and I had said, I think you need to stay away from the school. Don't apply here. There are too many spirits there. Too many wonders there. There's always someone dying, or there's a rumor of someone dying there. It's like even falling down the stairs or something. It's like, just stay out of this school. There's too many problems.
Yeah. And there have been some spoilers on X. Some characters we didn't know weren't alive. Unfortunately, now we know. But, you know, the great thing is, I think it's so entertaining and such a good story that it hasn't spoiled it. We didn't go, oh no, we can't watch anymore. That ruined it. No, it's just like, oh, well, I didn't see the clues. Let me see if I can pick up on these clues the next core.
Right.
But yeah, it's crazy. I haven't ever seen anything like it. Neither have you. If you have, guys, let us know in the comments. But I think one of the funniest things is Hanako-san of the toilet. This poor kid, and that's what I'm going to call him. He has to stay in the toilet. Can you imagine?
Right.
And then we knew when we saw that inspired Myrtle in the Harry Potter series.
Oh my
Absolutely, positively. Because remember, she was confined to the toilet.
Yes. Oh my god.
So this is where it came from.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
That legend was out long before Harry Potter.
Right.
So she made her female instead of a guy.
Right.
And he grants wishes, but she doesn't. She just mumbles and mumbles.
And just haunts there.
And whines.
Right.
Yeah.
And in here, now while the dark stuff comes in with the wonders and all the spirits and stuff that come out of the school you end up meeting every episode, the comedy is really Hanako himself and the girl, because there's Nene, and you know they're a ship, it's obvious, but he messes with her so much, half the time you wonder he's harassing her. And even one of the other characters ends up coming in was like, can you just stop talking to her sometimes? Like, you say things that sound wrong on purpose. Stop talking! And it's one of the most hilarious parts of it. And there's even times they had an episode or two where it was all comedy and no darkness. There's even an episode they had where it was supposed to be zombies, and you were thinking it's going to be really bloody and violent or something. But you see that the zombies aren't interested in brains or blood because they leave mostly people alone there. They want candy. And that's why they're zombies. The candy turn them into zombies and they just want candy. But it's still treated like it's TWD and they need to escape. And it's a horror episode, but it's still a comedy episode. And when it's over, it's still played off as one big joke, and it's absolutely hilarious. So it's sort of like JJK, and I'm going to say Yu Hakusho, where it's got this dark tone to it. It's got a darker setting. It's got this supernatural theme, but somehow, some way, you are in hysterics at the comedy and stuff in here.
Absolutely. Now, first season we got introduced to the characters. To me, it was like an introduction season after seeing number 2 when it went further into the lore of the manga.
Yes.
But you got used to her and her little creepiness now. Usually you see creepy and you're like, But somehow the writer made this character's creepiness adorable. You find her adorable with her daikon legs.
Right.
As he keeps calling her. But she's adorable. And you can't believe that she takes her butt to the bathroom to try to get the wish. Like
Yes.
the rumor says.
Because she wants
her friends didn't expect her to go.
Right, like,
She did it.
I didn't think you would actually go try it.
And then Hanako, of course, falls for her. And you're thinking, okay, he's been gone, from what we understand, so a very long time. All these years, it's like, here I go. It's like wishing Starboy. All the years Starboy wishes, he falls for the real Asha in the concept art. And then in here, Hanako has been granting wishes since 1950, when he was gone. And he falls for Nene.
Right. And wants to stick around for
Yes.
that.
And I just thought that was funny. It's like all the girls you've seen before, but she's special with her daikon leg.
Oh my gosh. And there's so many running jokes with
she's
that.
So cute. He thinks she's adorable. He thinks she's cute. He falls for her immediately. And he ends up giving her leeway, even though he tells her, you have to, do my bidding if you want this. And serve him. And serve him is cleaning up and doing other stuff.
Yeah, that's it.
But the way he delivers the line always makes it sound like it's something
horrifically
lascivious,
inappropriate.
yeah.
And it's a stop saying things like that.
And you're thinking, okay, how old are you supposed to be? How much do you know?
It's debauchery here.
Yes. But I think, from what I'm mistaken, I said 1950, but I think it was...
Wasn't the 60s?
1969.
60s, okay.
Forgive me, guys, 1969. Because you had the moon landing.
Okay.
And I remember that his desire was to become an astronaut and go to the moon.
Yes.
But you love the ship. Yeah, you might as well call it. You love the ship. You love the back and forth between them, the rapport. And then you have the other students that are in class with her and the other Seven Wonders,
right,
who actually build up and add more to the story.
Right.
And it's wonderful the way you got introduced to all of her friends in class.
Especially Cole.
Yes. But only a few of the Seven Wonders.
Right. And they actually end up bringing that up at the end of the first core for season 2. Because Cole sort of had this sort of subplot where he wanted to save a spirit that ended up becoming one of the Wonders and either try to rescue him or at least maybe find a way to bring him back to life because he had been suffering for so long. That became his biggest arc. And then as they're visiting the Wonders, each one is getting a little scarier than the last and having their own little quirks to them that make them different from each other and why they're one of the 7. And at the end of the first core, it kind of tells you haven't met all 7. You've met so many throughout. It was like the homunculi and FMA.
Yes.
And they tell you, Hanako, the spider guy, the well, yeah, you want to go through all of them, but you know them all. And then they hit you at the last minute with the Grim Reaper.
Yeah.
Because especially they keep bringing this up within here that something's going to happen to one of the characters and you don't know how. Well, here they're telling you the Reaper himself is coming.
So we find out end of season 1, we don't know what happened to Hanako, how he ended up being taken out. But we do learn he has a twin brother. And it was hinted at, of course, in the trailer, the opening, which we didn't understand until much later.
Yeah.
And then Nene, you find out she's still going to be dealing with him. But what he does, we understand at the end of season 1, is he inflicts himself with mermaid curse. And he bounds himself to Yashiro's soul.
Yeah.
And it's almost like the red blood moon ball.
Yeah, it sure is.
Force of evil. So then we get to season 2, and more things become known, including more of the 7 Wonders, and we get to darker 7 Wonders.
Much darker.
The first few we met aren't dark, and then we learn one is actually a 7 Wonder who we didn't know was a 7 Wonder.
Right.
We find out about Hanako and Tsukasa. Is it Tsukasa, right?
I think so.
His brother, and what happened, and you're just left with your mouth dropping open and not understanding. And then he's creepy and not adorable at all. You don't know how his personality really was. You get hints of being told that he wanted to know what it was like not to be here anymore. That's how I'm going to put it. And you kind of think, okay, something's wrong with him.
Yeah.
And then we also find out about Nene, and spoilers if you haven't seen season 2, that she suddenly only has a year left to live.
Yeah.
And Hanako doesn't want her to go out like that, so he acts cavalier, but he cares and he doesn't want her to go.
Right.
And she doesn't find out about it until she overhears him talking to
Ko is
Minamoto or Ko.
Oh, I think Minamoto's a brother, and then Ko is the exorcist.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, right. And she overhears them, and then she's furious.
Right. And this ends up becoming a sort of MHA moment, which I know they did on purpose because of Justin Briner's in here anyway. That eventually finds out what her fate's supposed to be. Hence why they're having the Reaper in the second half. But she isn't going to let it bother her. And rather than accept it like most of them do, like they sort of have a bucket list and they sort of just go about until it's time, she decides that, you know, she's going to change her own fate and she's not going to have herself only have 1 year left, and she's going to find a way to counteract it and live. And she wants to find a way to help Hanako where maybe he didn't have to be bound to anything anymore, whether he can, I don't think about coming back to life, but at least to the point where he's not tied up in a situation like he is, and really fight for both of them, which shows that she's a really strong character. Even though she's got the daikon legs and can't handle it, she is a strong character, and not an annoyingly strong character, an actual strong character. So I'm not just gonna quit and give up. I know I can beat this, and now I can help you. So I do like that amidst all this, you're having characters that are now becoming more positive, because some just kind of gave up and quit and just wanted everything to end. But you have her, and like you said, a former Wonder, and one you thought was gone and is not really gone, but in a coma or sick.
Yeah.
And you see that they actually want to keep going. And maybe that's why they want to get rid of her. It's just a theory. I never read the book. She's so full of positivity, it doesn't scare her because she knows she's going to beat it. And maybe they don't want that happening.
But they get drawn into another realm by one of the 7 wonders.
Right.
And that's the one you're talking about, the girl who paints.
Yes.
And when they get over there, they find out, she tells them the only way for she and Ko to get out, to take out Akane and Mitsuba.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, I'm not going to
Oh,
do
and
that.
Hanako, yeah. Get rid of them and
Right.
they get out.
There's got to be another way, and I'm going to find it.
Yeah.
So that just attests to what you were saying about her being strong.
Right.
And you're seeing her personality and her character through, no, I'm not going to do that. I couldn't, and I'm not going to.
Right.
So we now know all the 7 wonders as of the end of season 2.
Mm-hmm.
And we also know that one of the people is secretly one of the 3 clock keepers.
Yes.
And that's a surprise as well. I won't ruin that since I already told you the other part.
Right.
One thing I really want to talk about quickly is the animation style. In the review of the anime series, NEO James Alex praised the series and characters for being engaging, as well as the unique visuals, comparing Hanako-Kun to a comic book brought to life, utilizing thick outlines, vibrant colors,
Yes,
and
I would
distinct
say
character
that.
proportions.
It
And
does
it is
stand out.
beautiful to look at. Despite the darkness that comes in, despite the supernatural element, it's gorgeous to look at. It also reminds me of Soul Eater.
Yeah, it
Except
does a
for
lot.
It's more vibrant and colorful. And her clothes also remind me of something like they were wearing Soul Eater, including the brooch of the skull that she has on. But it's gorgeous to look at.
Yes, definitely.
And the book covers, as you've seen here, are unique and interesting to look at. I love when we have these manga artists, because comic book artists don't do it anymore, and it's sad.
Yeah.
They come up with these bold, new, distinct, and unique ways of presenting something you see all the time, where it looks gorgeous and different and eye-catching.
Mm-hmm.
And it's mesmerizing, and it stands out. And
Yes.
this is actually one of those animes that has done that.
Yeah.
So quickly, we're going to give a shout out to the main cast of the 7 Wonders. We already mentioned Justin Briner as Hanako or Akane.
Mm-hmm.
We have Tia Ballard as Nene Yashiro.
Oh my gosh.
We have Tyson Reinhardt as Ko Minamoto.
Oh, okay.
Kyle Ignetsky as Sosuke Mitsuba. And Mitsuba is a real interesting character that we didn't get into, but I'm sure we will
Too much, yeah.
in the next one for the second core.
Right.
The 7 Wonders, the 3 Clock Keepers are voiced by Alex May. The Misaki Stairs voiced by Alexis Tipton. Shijima San of the Art Room, Hannah Alyea. If you're looking forward to seeing this, as well as Amane and Nene, their names rhyme, let us know in the comments, how do you like this anime? Did you read the manga first? Are you currently reading it? Do you have plans on watching the second cour? How close is it to the book? Is it close enough where it's still a semblance of the original source, or did they really change it to make it more viewer friendly for the anime? Tell us what you think. And if you haven't seen it, we recommend highly you watch at least the first season. You're going to love it. You'll be hooked. And then come back and tell us what you think. Is available on Crunchyroll and Hulu to our knowledge.
Yes. And if you don't know, subscribe for updates, we give videos for anime series, anime shows, and all things animation.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for joining us today, subscribing to our channel, sharing our videos, commenting, and thank you again, Sylvian and Sonja, for recommending this anime. As always, guys,
you are special. Thank you so much for watching Mask Entertainment.
And I'm Mom Entertainment.
Have a fantastic day.
Peace.
いいね。君みたいな人間、俺大好き。よろしくね。